He has tempted me. Now, I believe in this game it's about exploration, looting, but how are we going to get into this box of wonders? A well-secured spaceship. I think you'll agree. I think it is time to draw from the stone. Caliburn. Yes, the blade once more taken from its sacred place of rest. Let's see how it best. Let's find there we go. Let's find a gap between the box lid and the box itself. I think that has had the desired effect. Let's move away from myself. And at least some semblance of health and safety. There we are. Put Caliburn back in the stone to be used again when needed, when the nation calls upon it. And we're in. We're in. Okay. Ooh. Matte finish on the box there. Looks good for filming. And crinkly plastic wrapping to be disposed of environmentally and properly. Very good. And we're faced with, as I say, a matte box with some shiny bits on it. So attention paid to that design, and very nice too, I would say. Let's get the box open. Oh, always the most frustrating yet pleasurable part of gaming, perhaps, is getting into the box for the first time. See if I do it properly. It's almost like a two-person job, isn't it? Oh. Well, thank you for your patience, that's all I can say. I appreciate it greatly. Thanks for joining us, yes. I think we're winning. Nearly there. I feel victory. There we go. Just tell me in the comments if that's not a great smell when you open the box. Or am I just being completely weird? I'd probably accept that critique, to be honest. Box over there for safekeeping for the moment. And we are greeted by a folded plastic, I think neoprene, I think that's what it's called, like mouse mat type affair. And this is, I believe, the main play mat. Oh, look at that. Cost a blooming fortune, these do, when you buy them separately. Can't say how big that is. Let me just go and get a measuring device. My trusty Rubicon Models tape measure there. That's 2 foot by 2 foot, 2 by 2. And nice detailing there, I think you'll agree. It's quite, how do I put that? Rubbly? Is that how I'd put that? Looks like it's kind of non-specific, so it can be used for different purposes. Could almost be used as an outside location as well as inside a spaceship. It's got a grid on it too. Let's have a look at how big I think the grids are about 1 inch square. Yeah, what a good start. Good start. Nice and colourful, rugged feeling too. Not too squashy, it's not too thick a set of neoprene either. I think this has been made to last. Well, we're going to see because we're going to use it, aren't we? Okay, let's put that aside for the moment. I love these things. You can kind of squish them up a bit. Maybe I hope you're not screaming at me. No, don't treat it so. But actually, you can roll it up, squish it, pop it down. Oh, I love it. I love it. Love a bit of neoprene, me. Then we've got, ooh, I don't know what that is. A white piece of cardstock. Quite a few white pieces of cardstock. Don't know what those are yet. Sure we'll find out. Baggies, well that's a jolly good start too. Always good to see a core space bag. Love a bag, me. Bit of a bolt action stroke conflict 47 fan. Love a bag. Now I think those are to put your random loot in. There's loot all around, and there's random loot you can find under the sofa if you if you search an area when you go into it. And you stick the random bits of loot in there in the bag, and you can pick them out as you go around. You might get something good. Another of these odd pieces of card. Again, don't know what those are for yet. We will find out, I'm sure. Ooh, something in plastic. Two things in plastic. Ruler, perhaps? Ah. Yes, rulers, it looks like. Some sort of kind of cut plastic acrylic type material, a short one and a longer one. I do understand that there are pistols and shotguns and rifles with different range modifiers. So very useful that, I think, and yeah, I think some weapons might be able to fire as far as you can see. I don't know yet, but yeah, short, middle distance, very important, depending on what weapon you're using. And more baggies, very good. The more baggies, the better. Bits of card. Read this first. A quick start guide. Yes, indeed, it does confirm that those pieces of plastic are indeed range rulers. There you go. A quick explanation of all the bits that you get. Oh, some sort of data card. There you go. What your setup might look like when it's done. Reference card there on the back page. Very good. Quick play, quick start guide. Very useful indeed. Put that at the back there. And a thicker book, floppy book. Quite a few pages though. Quite a few pages. Sort of explanation of your stack cards. I say. Oh, I like it. Ooh, yes, I like the art with the random, just bits of art, bits of lore art, as I would call it. It's nice, you know, you're reading along and there's just a picture of one of the guns or weapons there. Oh, that's what your board will look like when it's set up. It looks a bit complicated. I won't pretend I'm not a little intimidated, but I think it'll be worth it. So the demo game that I played was interesting. We'll look at setup, a scenario perhaps. So it looks like there's some sort of campaign system. Maybe you get to keep that loot. Maybe you get to develop skills. Very good. Like that kind of thing I do. Oh yeah, that's definitely kind of a scenario section, I think. Lots of different maps. There we go. So there's the book in very brief overview. Marvellous. I've got here. Ooh, a big got tape on it. See? There we are. Nicely cast plastic there. That's not just cut from acrylic or anything, which is nice enough on its own. But that looks like it's been cast, and yeah, I don't know what that does yet. I think there's some sort of track, and the more time you spend in your mission, and the more noise you make, letting off guns, etc., the harder it gets. I think you put pegs in these holes, and the harder the mission gets, and more enemies appear, and the more skillful and difficult they become to deal with. I think these are some sort of stat frame. You put character cards in and represent your wounds and skill points, ammunition, etc. Oh, exciting. Nothing down there. Ooh. Cards. Lots of cards. I think it may be time once again. From the stone we draw. Caliburn. Yes. Again, I don't want to damage these new cards too much. So I'm just going to score along two edges. Caliburn back in the stone and see if that works. Yes, I believe it has. Okay. Cards. Inky bit of paper. There we go. These are event cards. I think at the beginning of each turn you pick these up, and this does something to the environment or to a person or to an antagonist. I think there may be levels of them. It depends on how far along in the game you are. I'm not sure about that yet. But those, yes, event cards. And we've got all two pieces of equipment stroke scenery. Maybe they do something special, like a command console and an exhaust port. Ooh, I wonder if we're going to be leaping down exhaust ports to escape. I don't know. Some sort of card for the Rockworm, which I'm really looking forward to. Honest. Not so much. Great. Good. We've got bags. More baggies. Those are not resealable, so I think those will be for sealable baggies of pegs. Oh no, pegs, clips. Maybe they're putting the scenery together. Let's have a look in a bit. Wonderful. And then that frame, I assume, is for putting your cards in for storage, etc. Yes, that's what I'm guessing. That is good and very useful. It is too. Excellent. Then we've got this. Oh, two more things. A box. Plastic. Sounds like miniatures to me. Let's have a look at those next. Actually, and then we've got the card at the core of battle systems. So the card doesn't take up a lot of the box, but it's very important to the battle systems kind of line and business. That's what it's all about. It's creating adventure in a 3D environment. Let's have a look at those, shall we? Get rid of the box for the moment. Give yourself some space. What should we look at first? We'll look at the minis first. I think these are going to be miniatures. That's good. Not sealed, no tape. Keep that box nice. Lovely. Ooh. Yes, lots of miniatures. So to have a quick look over, a little bit of a tidy up. We've got the wonderful Rockworms here. Look at that. Of great size, love those. Next to one of the heroes there. Great scaling, love that. Kind of a soft, what I would call board game plastic miniature, that is. Got advantages and disadvantages. It's a bit softer maybe. I don't know if the detail's quite as crisp as it might be on other models. However, saying that, perfectly adequate and good painting potential, I think. Enough ridges and cracks in the armour there to get some good paint effects, I'm sure. We've got, let's have a look at this. Got one drone. Sadly, he's come off of his stand, but a little bit of plastic glue. Big advantage of having a soft plastic. A little bit of plastic glue should pop him straight back on. We've got these cool little drones I love. Floating robots. Yes, I do. Anyone who's seen the 1980s classic Black Hole will know exactly what I'm talking about. And yeah, I think these are some of the denizens of the Firstborn. There they are. And we've got a gent here who looks very dangerous. Looks like some sort of double-bladed tech ninja assassin type person. Again, he's on the same row as the antagonist, so I'm going to guess that he is one of the challenges to overcome. And then we've got these alien looking gents here. I like him. He's got these nice robes coming down either side of his chest, almost to his feet. Yeah, I like that. I don't know what that is yet though. Again, we could be looking at some of the Firstborn themselves, couldn't we? This one, enrobed. There we are. It says on the box there are 12 Firstborn. 4 trader miniatures. I don't know who the traders are, and again, that's us. I think that constitutes a crew. The traders. Could be that big gent there. I don't know yet. We'll have to have a look, won't we? Yeah, he looks like an adventurer. Or is it a she? She looks like an adventurer to me. Got a pistol there, some sort of kind of shoulder mounted weapon or sighting system. I like the look of her. Very cool indeed. What else we've got here? It also says there are 2 game hunters, big game hunters. I don't know what that is. Could be some sort of non-player character. Could try and hunt you, could try and hunt the firstborn, couldn't they? And there are 2 people with some quite dominating looking rifles there. So that's what they could be. They could be out for trophies. Let's hope our head doesn't end up on the wall. So other than that, in this box we've got pegs of different colours. 4 different colours. I don't know what that means yet. The pegs go in the holes on the progress track and the character cards. So yeah, and yeah, they're in resealable bags. Resealable bags. Resealable bags. Oh, I do like this resealable bag thing. Yes, I do. And then these dice. Proprietary dice. Different colours. Oh, there's a scary one there. I'm guessing that's for the firstborn. There's a blue one. I think you always roll a blue one, and then any bonuses you get. So if you have a knife, for example, just a normal, combat knife that gives you a bonus of 1 dice, I think you add a dice. It's a red one. The red one's results aren't quite as good as the blue one. I think the blue one gives you slightly better results, but the red ones don't hurt, unless you roll jams, of course. And so you might get a gun that does like 3 extra dice, and that's how you would designate whether you've hit or not. There you go. Great. Shall we have a look at the scenery next? Let's have a go. And again, it is sealed, so I will need to call upon Caliburn once more. From the stone we draw you, assist us once again. Okay. Again, just scoring it so I don't damage my new game. I guess that seems to have been effective. Marvellous. 4 crinkly bits of cellophane. Properly dispose of. Now we have how many bits of card? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ooh, 11. Interesting number. Oh, 3 boards full of counters. And other things. So here we have some of our protagonists. We have our heroes, if that's what you call traders, I think is their official term. Lots of statistics there that I don't understand yet. Oh, and these, like hunter and crewman and machine. I don't quite know what that is. Is that a sort of class that you are? Or the designation of your race? I don't understand yet. Looks to be some sort of stat for a ship. Home vessel, it says. Sort of career points, it says there. Target marker, I don't understand what that is. Some equipment. Weapons. I think sometimes you get ranged weapons, so you get more than 1 box. There you go, got a pistol. It throws 2 extra dice at short range and 2 dice at medium, for example. Lots of knives, guns and armour. Armour there, so you can wear that. It's all very interesting. So there we go, that's the first of our kind of counter cards. Oh, I don't know about these. It says firstborn equipment at the top there, so that could be things that the firstborn get access to slaughter us with. These, I think, are entry points, a bit like, a lot of dungeon crawler and spaceship crawler games where the enemy or other characters enter and leave the area. I think these are your entry points, perhaps. Or double-sided, didn't mention, most of these are double-sided as well. Some things like weapons, for example, can jam, so you turn them over just to designate that. We've got some stat cards for the firstborn. Trueborn there. I don't know if that's healthy for me. Not at all. Little drones, etc. And I think that goes on our progress tracker for the game. Is it the same size? Yes, it looks to be. So I think that assists us with seeing how we're progressing in the game and how the enemies are presented to us and in what strength. Oh, there we go. So those are the playing bits, it would seem, and then we're on to the scenery itself. For some, the core of the game. Looks to be some sort of wall. Oh, there's a bulkhead there. Oh, well, I'm certainly not throwing those out. Let's just take one out, see how easily it comes out, shall we, just for you. And I'm pleased to report that comes out very easily indeed. No mucking about there with rippage from the cardboard sprue. It's a thick cardboard. Looking at it with a magnifying glass, because I'm not best sighted, there seems to be cardboard in the middle with two layers on either side. So it's laminated almost by itself. It looks like it's got 3 plies of cardboard on for tensile strength, if that's the word. I'm not an engineer. These bulkheads, yes, they come out. I think I'm going to be keeping that in there. Does it go back in? Yeah, it does. So I bet there's some sort of door mechanic. When have you ever played a spaceship crawler game where you can't open and close doors? I certainly haven't. So I'm going to guess that there's something like that. So there we go. They are easy to take out of the card. What's this here? Oh, some sort of stand, perhaps. A couple of kind of nubbits there. Got a little V cut out there, and there's a slot there. See if it goes in there, because there's a little slot there. Don't break it after just opening it. Oh, that seems to go flush. Ah, there you go. Poink. There you go. There you are. Oh, good. The bulkhead then sticks out. So maybe you can hide your people behind and get cover from it. I don't know. I don't know that it works like this yet. I'm literally just playing about at the moment. So yeah, let's have a look at some of the other cardboard sprues. That looks to be very similar, if not identical, as does that. I guess you do need the standard stuff to make up the majority of your walls. More complicated scenery, that looks like. So all these bulkheads look very green, like they've been overgrown, which is interesting too. Is that a window of some sort? An opening? I don't know. And again, more of the same there. Smaller pieces. It says Alien Catacomb Scatter at the top there. So these are bits and bobs to hide behind. Perhaps search. I think there are boxes and things in the game that you can search for items. It's one of your actions to do that. Again, very similar. I don't know what that is. A stairway of some sort. Seems to have ridges on it. Interesting. And then finally, Alien Catacomb Reactor, it says there. Oh, I wonder what we will uncover. Exploring that, I do. Fascinating. There we go. So it would seem that we'll be exploring an alien catacomb. So we will. So that is what is in this very large box, and I am impressed so far. Look at that. Wow. So what say I put some of this together and maybe paint some of the models? What do you think? Oh, I knew you'd say that. A note from the future for you traders as you start out: have some PVA glue at the ready. It might be of assistance. Don't panic. Most of the scenery can just slot together with the clips. There are just a few little bits that might benefit from it, from a dab here and there. as our adventuring traders start to look around. There are all kinds of interesting things to search for. But what might be waiting? There we are, all put together. Very quick paint job. I'm no artist or artisan. You out there in Core Space will do a far better job than I. But I enjoy the models actually. Good combination of simplicity with enough detail to make them fun. Quick note on the scenery here, look. Take the top off and it's designed, there you go, to put your loot in. Little knifey thing there, etc. And that goes for everything, so even the pods here, you can put little things in there too. Even this, I think it's called a Dyson generator or something. Look, you can even open that up and stick loot inside there if you really want to. Every time you search a room, there might be something just in the room, or search individual pieces of scenery, you might get some loot out of it. How exciting is that? So there we go, from Battle Systems, my new Core Space Firstborn. And remember, whenever you are in an alien catacomb, check everything, won't you? Just search. Take my word for it. Take care, everyone.